Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on Monday, October 8th, 10:04 p.m. Mountain Time 2018. You're looking at a slight uptick here live. Well, actually, there's a several minute delay, 8 minutes. Sakurajima erupting. Here's multiple avenues. Swanosima, Asama, and the other day, Turrialba, massive outburst. And Po has been on the uptick and is outgassing live as we're making the video. But the Sakurajima uptick is most notable of any of them. Thanks to VolcanoYT for this footage. Come over and give them a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel over here. Good stuff they're doing over there. Michael strengthening into a hurricane. Heavy rainfall across western Cuba. Hurricane watch for parts of Alabama and Florida. This is a big storm. It's going to strengthen. It's a tight storm. It's going to move its way up into the region that has already been flooded by the last storm. South Carolina, North Carolina. Tropical Storm Michael. Now Hurricane Michael is coming your way. Unfortunately. Prayers to all the people in the Panhandle and the Tallahassee region that should be preparing now for the inevitable, which is landfall of Michael. Power outage potential. Here you see Tallahassee is in the bullseye. Valdosta, heads up. Hurricane Michael forecast to intensify and bring a dangerous threat of storm surge, damaging winds to Florida Panhandle. Hurricane warnings have been issued. State of emergency in several counties. Michael is forecast to intensify as it tracks through the Gulf of Mexico. It will threaten the northeastern Gulf Coast by Wednesday, potentially as a major hurricane, Cat 3, according to the models, making landfall at 960 millibars. Storm surge of up to 10 feet, damaging winds, heavy rain are likely to impact the northeast Gulf Coast. Hurricane warnings and storm surge warnings have been issued. Heavy rain and strong winds are expected. We're going to keep a close watch on this. If you want to stay up to date with the latest models, my friend David Schlotthauer, one of the best up-and-coming meteorologists, we were talking last night, and he's going to be doing 10 updates just in the next 5 days. He's going to be doing some live streams, and he has the models. And he has the software. Now, this kid is putting every dollar he makes of his hard-earned money into his future career as the world's best meteorologist, in my opinion. So come over here and subscribe to Dave Schlotthauer and get the latest updates for Hurricane Michael, because I can't do it like this guy does. And that's tonight's first boom. Yes, an Illuminati boom of the David Schlotthauer variety. Now, subscribe and watch. Thank you, Dave. Now, my favorite forecaster in my region is Joel Gratz, the Colorado Daily Snow. Storm continues, snow on the mountains. Now, those of you who know I was just at Disclosure Con. I had a great time, by the way. We were in Pine Top, Arizona, and that's right near Show Low. And the day Rex Bear and I left, Show Low got a pounding of snow, very rare, in Arizona in October. Now, here's the forecast coming from Joel Gratz. Most mountains receive snow on Sunday and Sunday night, from a coating to over 10 inches. And expect more showers on Monday, perhaps a little break on Tuesday, more snow Wednesday and Thursday, and more snow and snow and snow and snow. Ow! What a fraud. And then there'll be more cool air and snow on the next weekend. Wow. Lot of snow. The National Radar animation on Monday morning indicates that the storm is tapping a lot of southern moisture with lots of rain over the eastern Colorado area, the plains, We got drenched. There's snow up in the high country here. It is a winter wonderland with color change. It's beautiful. I'm going to go out and take some pictures tomorrow. I'll share them with you. We can see waves of snow showers moving from the south to north as this baby spins. And there's a heavy front here. It's going to be moving to the east. Here's Berthoud Pass. Dumped on 7 a.m. this morning. Loveland this morning coming in 3 inches plus. A Basin. Yeah. Vale. They got snow on the stick. They're the back bowls. Man, they are buried. Boom! Illuminati. Kind of boom in there. We said boom. A boominati. Yeah, that's a dusting. Beaver Creek. Heads up. Copper. Grand Mesa. Powderhorn. T-Ride. That's a 4+. Whew. Let's check the model. It is going to continue to snow. It is continuing to snow regardless of what this D-bag says. And as you can see, Canada is going to be buried as we continue to not even get close to winter. And that glaciated region that is going to see perpetual snow for decades to come is only going to get a taste. The Rockies in much needed areas, and we are looking for another hurricane to make landfall here and to bring more much needed moisture into the Four Corners region, causing more flooding and also snow all the way down here into southern Arizona and New Mexico over the coming days. Yeah, it is certainly setting up to be historic in epic proportions. Are you preparing? I hope you are. Now, our friend over at the Climate Guy, here's his blog. We will make climate science great again. And that deserves an Illuminati boom. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. And coming over and checking out the Climate Guy and subscribing to him over on Facebook and his YouTube channel would also help. You could follow him in all these places over here. He's got Instagram and all that other stuff these cool kids have these days. This is coming out today. The northern tier of the U.S. has seen its fair share of cold weather. In fact, it's below average. And these areas here up in North Dakota, up in Canada, they're up to 15 to 20 degrees below normal for weeks. One of the coldest autumns on record in Bismarck ever. You're doing good work over there, Climate Guy, and we're picking up what you're putting down, and vice versa. Check him out. Links will be down below for all this. Denver's airport sees its earliest snow since 2012. Heads up. That is the wing of a plane that I am not on, thankfully. Whew. Thank you, Electroverse. Unseasonable cold in Okanagan and Shuswap, earliest season snow ever, is in the forecast. And she won't even look at us. That's how pissed she is. According to Armel Castellan of Environment Canada, temperatures plunged 10 to 12 C below average in Okanagan and Shuswap last week, with snow a possibility Sunday into early next week. The storm that came through the interior mixed with the cold air mass and made for a lot of precipitation in the region, making for snow in some areas, like the Rogers Pass, which saw 32 centimeters. Castellan explained that snow is a real possibility in Okanagan or Shuswap over the next few days. The earliest Shuswap has received snow in the past was 13 centimeters back in October 16th of 1996, meaning this weekend could break the all-time record. And guess what? 1996 was the solar minimum of cycle 22. And that is an Illuminati boom. Heads up. Holy shit. This is all making sense. Say it ain't so. Come over here to Ice Age Farmer. He just did an update tonight that it's badass. And I'm going to say it. Because they put a global warming Wikipedia underneath the video. And that must mean it's serious. IPCC global catastrophe near. Trump in the crosshairs. Social programming at max. Thumbs up and subscribe. Do it now. But I want to draw your attention to one of my subscribers as well, James Coleman here. And give him a thumbs up. Now, this guy is from Alberta, and he is proud of the way Christian Westbrook, Ice Age Farmer, is putting it down and speaking truth to power. And he's saying that up in Alberta, they have 40% of the crops harvested. And they just got more snow. And last year at this time, they had over 75% of the crops in the bin in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Now, this is going to mean a decrease in harvest and quality. And unfortunately, the models don't look good because there's more snow on the way for southern Alberta, according to Jody Hughes and the GFS model, which we use it here on the program. Albertans hoping to run into elusive fall weather are in for some disappointments. It's true, cold temperatures, irregardless of what certain fraudulent individuals claimed in the past and continued to cling on to like a Klingon. Illuminati boom. Cold temperatures and record snowfall blanketed the southern parts of the province at the start of October. It's not even Halloween. I don't even have a mask. Are you kidding me? Pig. Unfortunately, that trend of winter-like weather is going to continue. Cold Arctic air settled over much of the prairies at the end of September, remains in place for the second week of October. Starting Monday, that cold air will clash with the Pacific moisture in an upslope system that has the potential to bring as much as 10 centimeters of snow along the foothills and as far east as Calgary. Conservative estimates of snow show that everyone is going to be fluxed in the region. Brace yourselves, Calgary. Another round of snow is coming this week. Bright lights in big city and snowblowers. How's that for fall-like weather? Thanks, Al. There it is, kids. There's your global warming. Put your hats and your knickers on. Pack your Snickers. September is the coldest month in a decade. You stain. Must be global warming. That's a hot bunch of money. He's folding 300 million. Boom. Don't listen to Al. Listen to Diamond. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance if you listen to Al. It's not looking very good for the winter ahead. A reader from Calgary sent the picture about early snowfall up there. Indeed, Calgary just experienced the snowiest day in more than 3 decades. It's broken October snowfall record. Of course, they will call this global warming as well. And in fact, audience, I'm not lying to you. I saw an article that is blaming increased snowfall on global warming. And we saw at least 3 last year. And I am predicting at least a dozen this year. Because snowfall is going to reach epic proportions. We are months away from winter, and we have record snow piling up on picnic tables. Already the data is now in for September. The world just has had the coldest September in a decade, according to the latest satellite measurements by the University of Alabama, Huntsville. Naturally, mainstream media will not cover that. They only like to report how we are destroying the planet and everything is our fault. Thank you, Armstrong Economics, for a breath of fresh air. Well, besides growing food in your basement, perhaps you should buy a sewing machine to make long underwear to sell to the neighbors when they realize it's getting colder rather than warming. Boom! Damn, that's keeping it real. That's keeping it real dumb if you're still an Al Gore fan. Because the Gore whore has been exposed almost on a daily basis on the show. And if you're not picking up what we're putting down, then you're probably believing this article. Terrifying climate change warning. 12 years until we're doomed. Well, I assure you we'll be doomed before that, but yes, it's true. The LARPers are burning up. Earth is on track to face devastating consequences of global warming. Catastrophic 2.7 Fahrenheit increases in the next several decades, which will all be dead and it won't matter, but pay your taxes, scientists say. I don't know what scientists are saying that, but they're certainly being paid. Seismic update. 4.9 in Costa Rica is definitely a quake of note because there's really no other quakes of note, except we do have seismic activity, Kilauea picking up, as we talked about just days ago. We have an aftershock in Palu, which probably scared the out of a lot of people. 5.1 at 10 kilometers. We're watching the Kikum-Jenny region to pick up. And Haiti just experienced another aftershock at 4.2 in the last 24 hours. So, lithospheric warning for the next 24 hours as we're experiencing some space weather, which we're going to get to shortly. And I just clicked on it. We're in geomagnetic storm 24 hours ago, low level KP5. But the plasma wind is picking up, and we're going to get to it quickly. Worldwide Volcano News update, Popo picking up. We showed you the video on the opening, Sangay, Sabancaya, Abico, Cadavar. Remember Cadavar? That is an explosive cinder cone waiting to blow. Manam. And the uptick continues. Light green fireball recorded over Florida. That would be plasma discharge, ladies and gentlemen. Not ice. Certainly. SpaceX rocket launch is not aliens, but it does light up this night sky above California on Sunday. And a flurry of Twitter activity in the nonsense fashion occurred. Obviously, not happening. But I want to draw your attention to some of the effects of this SpaceX recapture. What you're going to see is amazing electrical activity up in the ionosphere. This is the electric universe proven before your very eyes, not aliens. And it is signs of the times to come. As the magnetosphere of our Earth wanes and the electrical activity wreaks havoc on our grid, we're going to be seeing things like this in the sky more often, especially when we launch rockets. This is what Tesla was trying to tell everyone about. It's fucking free, and it's up there. And it's energy, and it's electric. And these all charts prove it's electric. And here we can see the plasma wind stream increasing. And over here on ACE, density is going up. So I would imagine here we just picked up to KP3. We're going to go maybe back up into geomagnetic storm in the next 3 to 6 hours. And what does that mean for you and me? Well, if you are watching the aurora, you could probably pick it up, but it is not. The aurora forecast is not that severe currently. But the reason I didn't do an update last night was because we were having internet problems and I couldn't download anything from the satellite. Right in the middle of the geomagnetic storm. So these minor perturbations are wreaking havoc on the planet. And soon wreaking havoc on people uploading videos. So, minor geomagnetic storm predicted for the next 24 hours, as well as a seismic uptick. And if you're not planning for the future ahead, you're wasting time. I set up some greenhouses and season extenders over in our Oppenheimer Ranch store, which will be linked below. Season extenders are hoop houses and row covers. But these greenhouses are rated 4 stars. They shipped right to your door. You got to put them together. This is a good $200 entry level tent type greenhouse. Start growing early. Extend plants late. Some of the rigid ones get 4 stars. So come check out some of the things we put in the store if you're looking to buy a greenhouse. Check out the Palrum HG505 pH Mythos. 6 foot by 4 foot. And it's bombastic. You can even get a big one. The 8 by 12 by 8 foot high. That's all you need to get things started and to extend your season. 4 stars. Do it. Hope you got something out of the video. Times are changing. The total solar irradiance is dropping off a cliff. The Dalton minimum is going to be happening in the next 2 years. If you don't know what that means, please Google it and learn something. We love each and every one of you. Thank you to our Patreons, our one-time donors, all of our subscribers, and thank you all especially that share these videos. Without you, our channel wouldn't be growing. And that is a boon. Be safe, everyone.